Hi everyone, it's Twinkie here. Thank you so much for joining me today because I really wanted to take you on a little bit of a personal testimony or maybe even a few tips and encouragement that I would like to share with anybody who's tired, weary, frustrated, or just not sure what to do when you actually have some downtime. Okay, so if this is you, I just had a little bit of a breakthrough regarding that in my own life, and I thought I will share that with you. So, even if you are single, or you're a couple, you're a family, you're empty nesters, whichever season of your life you're currently in, it has its own challenges, and those challenges are unique to you. Let not you be fooled by someone else who says, oh, I've done that, it's fine, you'll be fine, and kind of negate or discount the challenges you're going through right now. It is real for you, and you're the one who's actually uniquely experiencing that. Great for the others who have experienced it and kind of finished that phase, but you're in it right now. Okay, so this message is more for you in the season you are right now. Okay, so I will tell you about how I was, because for a long period of time, I was very addicted to being busy, stressed, and toiling in my own strength, if I can say it that way, because I just felt like there was a lie that I believed, unfortunately. And the lie was around the thought process that if I wasn't busy enough, or I wasn't doing anything at any point in time, it was because I was lazy or I did not know anything about meaningfully achieving things, or I was just wasting my time. So I became so addicted to the concept of working hard, toiling, being stressed about something, always thinking about something, or looking forward, looking backward, and eventually I became so absent in the present because I was either in the past or I was in the future thinking about something that I couldn't even control at that point in time. Now my mind was racing and I was always consumed by thoughts, consumed by ideas, wanting to do things all the time. If it wasn't looking after the kids or changing a nappy, I was cleaning the home, or I was trying to send a job application, or I was trying to do something physically, not just thought wise, but physically I had to keep doing something all the time. Now, I think in 2021 or 2022, I'm not sure which year it was, especially during the lockdowns time, my mind was racing so badly that I felt like I was not satisfied, or I was missing out, or some sort of feeling came over me. It became so evident that I realized, you know what, I actually need professional help right now. So I took in a deep breath, let go of my ego of asking for help, which is a different story for another day. But it was a hit to my ego to even ask for help, right? Because I was so busy to do things all on my own strength and toil. So I sought counseling support. I went in for a few counseling sessions, and this lady was so amazing. She came from that same cultural background and faith background and so forth. That she was like, okay, she gave me a simple exercise. This is where it gets fun, right? She said, I'm going to give you 1 minute of silence. Now, in that 1 minute, I want you to write down everything that passes your mind. Because her thing was, every thought that passes to your mind it's a thought. There's energy exerted to it. So let's see how many thoughts you have in a minute. So she was generous. She gave me a minute, because usually she gives lesser than that. She wanted to know how far this goes for me. So I said, yeah, sure, give me a minute. And I was like, I should probably just tone it a bit down. So I took a book, took a pen, and so the silence started, 1 minute, and I started writing down everything that passed my mind, which I wasn't thinking actively, but it was just a passing thought. I wrote it down. 1 minute finished, and she said, so can you count how many thoughts you have? And I had about 40 different thoughts in 1 minute that just passed my mind without me even actively thinking about it. And that's when she said that, Twinkie, you have to calm down. You need to stop becoming so obsessed with having to balance everything tackle everything, think through everything, be everything, do everything at the same time. You are not going to cope if you're in this hyperactive phase all the time. And that's when I realized that this is not normal. This is actually abnormally um, uh, a normal situation for me to be in, that I have 40 different passing thoughts in 1 minute. Can you imagine how much I have in a whole day then? So I was in a state of hyperactivity because the lie that I believed led to an addiction, that I had to always be busy and toiling for something. And then that kind of fueled my thoughts, which are now hyperactive. And physically, I was in a go, 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 go kind of phase. And I needed to slow down. That was the biggest revelation I have received, which broke that lie from my life. So eventually I realized that, okay, if I wanted to be present in the moment, I had to stop lingering in the past and being so focused on the future, which I can't control anyways, right? I can't undo the past. I can't be focused on the future. And then I needed to kind of be present in the moment, like put my blinkers on what is happening today and take it one day at a time to slow myself down. Now this had to stop in eventually. So I started to take time off. So I would take time off from, cleaning the house every day. I don't need to have a sparkling home every single day. I had 3 young kids at that point, and they were going to mess it up anyways. So if the TV wasn't shiny and sparkling, it's fine. Everyone will survive. I did not have to be obsessed with cleaning or obsessed with cooking 10 meals or, obsessed with working out and doing all of that. I just needed to stop being obsessed with things. And when I started to take time off, I realized this is so meaningless. Why am I even resting? Because there was this void inside me now. The things that filled me and made me feel better, when it was taken away, theoretically, I'm supposed to feel relieved. But quite honestly, I felt meaningless. I felt my time had no meaning to it anymore. What is rest? It was such a foreign concept for me because I was so ingrained into getting so many things done at the same time, multitasking till my head burned off, and I didn't feel any meaning. And so again, I went into the phase where, okay, I need to rest, but I can't rest. My time is wasted. This is so ridiculous. I have so many things to do, and I'm just sitting here and doing nothing. And that's when the Holy Spirit spoke to me. And it was so beautiful how, even through how messed up I was, and all this thing that I imposed on myself, the Holy Spirit is such a patient, gentle spirit who leads us on the right pathway. So I know in Psalms 23 and many other verses, God intends to give rest to people. But personalities like me would trade that rest for toil, because we think we can do something better when we are not resting, right? So I cried about it and I said, Lord, I need the grace to rest. And I don't know how to do it, because I have not seen a lot of role models in my life who have beautifully rested, rejuvenated, and, really been, champions in their own life. So I want your help. And that's when the Holy Spirit dropped this idea into my head saying, what would meaningful wellness activities look like for you? And I'm like, not really thought about that. So I had to take a few minutes and really, again, take my pen and start writing down what would give me some sort of joy if I did it. Like what does meaningful wellness look like to me? And surprisingly, I was able to actually write down about 10 different things that would be meaningful for me. It's as simple as, so I'm looking at my actual wellness thing that I've written here, having a coffee and reflecting, reading a good book, cooking a few set of great meals, walk or time in nature, listening to music where I put in headphones and I kind of block out everything else, shopping for groceries, Mom life, you can't negate that, can you? So where you have the peaceful time, you go for grocery shopping, and you can look at all the millions of products over there. Worshipping, journaling, lunch or dinner dates with my husband, and meeting with family, and the list was kind of just going on and on. And I was like, wow, does this actually account for meaningful wellness for me? Like, would it fill the void that has now been created because I'm in that resting phase? So guess what? On weekends, my husband and I, we have this army of 3 kids. We go out. It's chaos. Don't even get me started on that. But then when we grab a coffee, we walk outside. No matter how cold or hot it is, we find things that we can do in nature. Things, maybe grab a bite, or listen to music, journaling. Sometimes my husband takes the kids out so that I can just listen to worship music and so forth. And when we started deliberately doing those kind of things, incrementally, I started feeling so rested and so content, satisfied, and connected with myself. I was not rushing to get anywhere anymore because I was so much more at ease now. I'm not toiling because I know that what I need for today has been done, and a little bit for tomorrow has been planned, and that's enough. I don't need to have a meal plan for the whole month at this stage. So when I started doing that incrementally, I discovered that my kids were also starting to feel a lot more rested and relaxed, because the energy or that feeling that I had was not radiating off to them. They were just happily playing with some things, just settled, not being feisty, not being so frustrated with little things, because I was not getting frustrated anymore. So I realized that, and it's still work in progress, because I'm testing it out. I'm trialing it out every single week. There were years before when I craved for a long weekend or a few days off, not have the kids around me, not do this, not do that. But then even when I had those days off, I never made the best use of it. Now, even if I don't have long weekends or extra time off, the short days, weekends that we get, we still make good use of that. We have meaningful connections with the family. We have time, just me time for myself, and I don't go scrolling through Instagram or any other provisions to fill my time. But I actually have time to read the Bible, or just calm myself down, have a coffee, enjoy the taste of it, read a book, and do things which I like to do. I am a long way off from mastering the skill of resting in the Lord, but I think God is patient with me, and that's why He's willing to train me on those ways. So if you are also on the same pathway where you're so busy with work, career, kids, family, your empty nesters, there's a void that you need to fill all the time, let it be meaningful wellness activities or ideas that will be essentially unique to you. You don't have to copy anyone else. Make your own customized, personalized list of what would this look like for you, and every week try to do at least one of those, because that's where you connect back with who you are and who God has made you to be. I hope this message of mine is encouraging you to do something for yourself in the next couple of weeks. And until I see you next time, be blessed and have a great week.